Welcome back to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show, where today I am going to give you 7 Adelaide bands records that I feel you need in your collection. Let's go. So, Adelaide, known as the city of churches, little do people know that besides being filled with churches everywhere, Adelaide has always had a pretty damn good scene filled with great bands. Now, the bands that I'm showing you today are just ones that I have on record. These are not albums that I have on CD because we're not going to get into the CDs. We're only doing stuff that I have on record. So, Adelaide didn't have a lot of different labels, but bands were churning out stuff. The records I'm going to show you today, most come from the same record label, but they are records that I absolutely love. Now, I'm not doing singles, I'm just doing LPs today. So these are 7 LPs that I think you need in your collection from Adelaide bands. You're probably wondering, why 7? Why not? I just picked a random number and that was that. So I felt that if I did 10, it might be too long. 7 just seemed to be somewhere there that is like a good length for a video. The first band is the Iron Sheiks with Do You Sell Beer Here? So I remember hearing Hey You, the opening track on Smash It Up Radio, and immediately I was like, this band rules. Like, this is so funny. And then I saw the record cover and I was blown away. It cracked me up. It just made me laugh so much. I was just like, this band's going to be amazing. Like, it really is. And so I bought this EP, and as you can see, there is all the tracks there. Tracks. There's railway tracks too, as well as the song tracks. But anyway, this is a fantastic EP, and I really, really love this one. The second album is really good too, called Do You Fancy Me? But this EP, it's where it started for me, right? I heard this first, and yeah, I was immediately blown away. And so I bought it when it came out, and was very damn happy about it. So I saw them live a bunch of times, and they were always fantastic. Always did a Motorhead cover too, which is great because I was a Motorhead obsessive when I was younger. I still am today, but when I was younger, I mean, it was the first band that I really became obsessed with was Motorhead. Second was Venom. I went and saw the Iron Sheiks when I was like 15 years old, and they played a cover of Iron Fist, and I was blown away. I went back to school the next day and told everybody, oh my God, this band did a cover of Iron Fist by Motorhead. Nobody cared. But I did, and that's all that mattered. So this next record is a record that I hadn't listened to for a long time, but, you know, every now and then I decide to just give things a whirl that I haven't heard for a while. And this is one of them. And I put this on recently. I was just reminded of how much I liked it. The band is called Hoot McClue. It's self-titled, released on Dominator Music. There was a couple of songs that were on a compilation album called Are We Still Here? And they were by Hoot McClue. Now, that's how I got into Hoot McClue. I heard him on that comp and was immediately like, yep, great band. And then I found this record for $5 in Andromeda Music. And I was blown away because it was like, oh my God, cool, Hoot McClue. Took it home, instantly loved it. These guys were doing ska punk technically before the popular ska punk thing blew up because of bands like Operation Ivy, and then NoFX did it, Rancid and all those other bands. You can check this album out and yeah, enjoy it too. Really cool. Now, some people might argue that the first EP of this band is the best, but I'm talking about overall which album I listen to more, and it is Brute Force and Ignorance by the Exploding White Mice. I listen to this non-stop. I love this album. I listen to this all the time. It gets regular plays here because it's still a great album that I've been listening to since the day I found it on tape, way back in the day. And yeah, it's such a good album. I highly recommend you listen to this if you do not know the Exploding White Mice. It's Total Ramones core, in case you can't work that out. Even the drummer, Dave Bunny, has got the Tommy Ramone look going on, which is very cool. But Exploding White Mice are one of those bands I saw so many times, and they were always fantastic, and they always did Ramones covers in their set. I remember I Want to Live was always a huge staple, but they've done tons, and they are just such a good band. It's a shame, you know, that the band ended, but they gave us so much great music in that time. So very, very happy. This album rules, man. Check this album out if you don't know it already. The next band is a power pop band, but very Ramonesy at times. It is the Coneheads. This EP released on Greasy Pop Records. And one of the things with Greasy Pop Records, their tops always became unstuck. So did Waterfront Records. But anyway, whatever. This is a really good EP. There's power pop. They even thank Craig. Craig gets a thank. Which Craig is it? It doesn't matter. If you know someone named Craig, you can tell them that they're thanked on this album, and why not? But this record is really, really good. I think the recording quality is actually really solid, and yeah, the production and stuff like that is really, really good. But the songs are really catchy and fun. They also had a couple of 7 inches, 3 7 inches I think they had. One on Sympathy, two on Greasy Pop, and those records are fantastic too. Really, really good band. Really solid power pop. So if you don't know the Coneheads, check them out. Contrapunctus is next. Now this is the LP Gone. Now I got into this band because I actually worked with the singer Chris Carr when I was doing work experience at a radio station, and he told me he was in this band called Contrapunctus. So he gave me a cassette tape with an unreleased album on it. It's not this album, an unreleased album which never came out. Now that album is fantastic. I wish I could find that tape because that unreleased album is just so good, and I wish that I could listen to it again, but I don't know. I wish the band would just upload it to Bandcamp so we can all hear it, because it's a really solid record. But this is their first one, Contrapunctus Gone, and yeah, this is really, really good. Can't rave about this band enough. Contrapunctus Gone. They've got singles on Sympathy, so if you like sympathy for the record industry and you trust them, there you go. I would say that this, in my opinion, is possibly one of the greatest punk rock records, not only in Australia, but the entire world. I know, that's a huge call to make, but this album is so damn good. It is Order of Decay's self-titled album. Now, this came out on Dominator Music in 89 or 90? But either way, this is solid. The songs in this are so good. It's a really good sounding punk record. The production's really, really good. Unfortunately, the singer passed away, but still, the album lives on. They did do a 7 inch as well. This LP is way better than the 7 inch. But Order of Decay, if you do not know this album, please look it up. In fact, buy this record if you can. I'm sure it's not that expensive because nobody knows who Order of Decay are. This album, that's top-notch stuff. So if you're into stuff like, I don't know, UK punk as well as, I guess, Aussie punk, mix the two together and you get Order of Decay. It's so good. No matter what I tell you, it's never going to live up to just how good it is, because yeah, I can rave about this album all day, but you need to listen to it for yourself. The last album I want to talk about has been reissued so that you can find a copy now. I'm talking about Where's the Pope's Sunday Afternoon Barbecues. This is originally released on Greasy Pop Records, but they have reissued it now. So you can buy all four on vinyl if you want. Go to Clarity Music in Adelaide and ask for a copy. But Sunday Afternoon Barbecues is an awesome hardcore punk rock record. In fact, when I heard this, I heard the song We Want Your Beer, which is the opening song. I heard that on Smash It Up Radio or Skate Radio, one of the two. And immediately I was like, yep, need this band. They are very, very cool. Vision Streetwear, my friends. Vision Streetwear. They do a version of Gangrene's Alcohol on the end, but this whole thing is just such a good record. Really, really solid punk rock hardcore, and yeah, I highly recommend. If you do not know Where's the Pope, check them out. In fact, check out all their albums. They probably have them now all on Bandcamp, but like I said, you can buy the albums on vinyl and they come with CDs, so you can listen to all the songs anyway digitally if you want to rip them to your iTunes or whatever. So you get the CD and the LP together. God damn, what a record. So there we go, my friends. 7 punk rock records from Adelaide that I feel you need to check out. You need them in your collection. You might not think that they're that punk or whatever, and your version of punk might be different to mine, but god damn it, who cares? These are just 7 records that I absolutely love. They've been on high rotation since I got them, even this many years on. I still listen to that Where's the Pope record all the time because it's just so good. In fact, all of them, they all get thrashed here because I just love music. And I love the Adelaide punk scene. I thought the Adelaide punk scene has always been a healthy punk scene. There's always been so many good bands there. Those are 7 records, though, that I absolutely feel you should check out. You know who should have released an album in Adelaide and would have topped this list? Taxed. Whatever happened to Taxed? Do you remember them? They had one 7 inch and it was fantastic, but that's for another video. In saying that, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, look after each other, go buy some records, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.